Magandang araw sa inyo lahat. Ang mga natutunghayan natin ngayon ay dapat ikabahala ng bawat Pilipinong naniniwala sa demokrasya, anuman ang kanilang paniniwala o kulay sa politika. Nakikita natin kung paano ginagamit ang mga institusyon ng gobyerno at ang pera ng taong bayan laban sa anumang oposisyon. Sa halip na tutukan ang mga tunay na suliraning kinakaharap ng ating mga kababayan, ginagamit ang kapangyarihan upang patahimikin ang mga boses ng mga hindi sumasang-ayon. A democracy cannot survive when those in power see every critic as an enemy and every opposing voice as a threat. I have always believed that the independence of our institutions must be protected. This includes not only the Senate and the House of Representatives as institutions, but every senator and member of the House must be free to perform his or her constitutional duty according to conscience, free from threats, pressure, or any form of intimidation. Good governance does not require the elimination of opposition. Democracy works best when there is a healthy opposition that is free to question. A government that fears dissent is not demonstrating strength. It is revealing insecurity. And that insecurity is reflected in the direction our country is taking today. The current state of our nation reveals three disturbing realities. First, the effort to divert attention from legitimate questions surrounding the flood control controversy. Second, the willingness to disregard constitutional safeguards in pursuit of a politically motivated impeachment. And third, the relentless pursuit of greater political power under the guise of charter change. These are the symptoms of a government that has become more preoccupied with protecting power than serving the people. The Filipino people deserve a government focused on solving problems, not silencing critics, on strengthening institutions, not bending them to political ends, and on serving the nation, not perpetuating power. Democracy is not weakened by dissent. Democracy is weakened when those in power become afraid of it. Shukran.
Allow the flood control issue, the biggest corruption issue in our history, to go unchecked. Let me throw you this question. Alam niyo na ba kung ano talaga ang scheme o scam sa flood control? Ilan ba talaga ang ghost? Ilan ang hindi ghost? Ilan ang substandard? Bulacan lang ba? O maraming lugar sa ating bansa? Senador lang ba? May congressman? May cabinet member ba? May mastermind ba o wala? Ano yung real numbers? Sa 1 trillion a year, sa 2023, 24, 25. Ano ba dyan ang tama? Ngayon ba? Wala na bang corruption ngayon sa infrastructure problems? Kamusta ang ating flood control? Pag umulan ba ng malakas ngayon, makakasiguro tayong hindi babaha? So ang dami pong tanong. Hindi po ito masasagot kung wala tayong independent, impartial na hearing. May hearing ang ombudsman, may investigation at hearing ombudsman at DOJ. But what about the Blue Ribbon Committee? We gave Senator Lacson a chance. Napakatagal yun. Kayo na magkwenta ilang buwan o isang taon, di ba? So, Senator Marcoleta had one hearing. Titigilan natin yon. Witnesses. Pag nandiyan na yung witness, matetest natin. Kaya hindi ako nag-judge. Pag nakita ko sa press con, of course, I'm intrigued. Of course, I listen. I do a little bit of research. But until matesting yan sa cross-examination, dun pa lang ako maniniwala at ibabalangan ko yun or isa side by side ko sa mga existing na ebidensya. So again, ulitin ko po kailangan tignan po natin nangyayari sa Senado sa mas malaking konteksto ng katotohanan. Gusto ba natin na ang Senado ay maging kasangkapan, ay gamitin, no? Para ilabas ang totoo? O ito ay kasangkapan para itago ang totoo? Is the Senate for truth or not? Now, it's quite unique if you say that the number now is 11-11. So, what's important for me is we don't have a puppet or dependent Senate. And what's important to me is that on Thursday, matuloy ang Blue Ribbon and tumuloy-tuloy yung iba't ibang mga committee. So, we will keep you updated. There are many questions or many issues sa mga kapatid natin sa media. Send your questions sa akin, MRO. This afternoon, I might answer some. If not, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, I will be answering one by one all of those questions. But for today, I want us to all ask, hindi ba when we passed the 1987 Constitution, ang isang basic principle doon, katotohanan. Di ba nung nagkaroon ng EDSA 1 at 2? Katotohanan. Pinakamalalaking skandalo sa buong mundo, Watergate. It's about truth, katotohanan. Ngayon, lahat ng propaganda sa Iran, sa Israel, sa US, presyo ng langis. Hindi ba ang isang issue dyan, katotohanan? Ano ba ang truth tungkol sa lahat na to? Ang corruption sa ating bansa ay hindi mabibigyan ng lunas kung walang pagbabago. At walang pagbabago kung hindi tayo magsisimula sa katotohanan. So I challenge all senators, both from the minority and majority, what's more important to us? Position, huwag mabanggit yung pangalan natin, huwag tayong makasuhan, malapit tayo sa administrasyon, 2028 may ambition. If you say you love the country, then why not fight for it? And you know, you may say a lot of things about Senator Jinggoy. You may talk about his past. But I will reiterate, I am a witness. Narinig ko yung mga offer sa kanya. Wala ka ng kaso, huwag ka lang kakalas. Nung una, huwag ka sumama dyan kay Senator Loren. Ngayon naman, pumalas ka at join the minority. The minority senators knows this. So stop lying. You know this. Some of you are using it in talking to us. Oh, sabi ko naman sa inyo, no? Pumili tayo ng 13, I'm ready to go anytime, any day. Basta't may 13 na. Show me 13, wala nang problema. Ang pakiusap ko lang, let that be 13 that are fighting for the truth. So that the truth can finally set, all Filipinos free. God bless you, God bless the Philippines.
With the majority bloc, under the leadership of Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano. Hindi ako matitinag sa anumang panggigipit, pananakot, political maneuvering para talikuran ang aking paninindigan. I will not yield to threats. I will not be intimidated. I will not be pressured into surrendering my independence of judgment. I am giving instructions to the Senate Secretary to put on hold my salary. Personal kong pasya ito upang ipakita sa sambayan ng Pilipino na wala akong intensyon makinabang sa pondo ng bayan habang nililinis ko ang aking pangalan. At higit sa lahat, hindi ako papasailalim ng kustodya ng Senado. I will not seek Senate custody. Hindi ko gagamitin ang Senado bilang panangga laban sa mga aligasyon sa akin. Nakahanda akong ipagtanggol ang aking sarili sa hukuman at hindi ako magtatago sa likod ng institusyong ito upang umiwas sa proseso. Ipagtatanggol ko hanggang sa huli ang aking sarili para patunayan na walang batayan ang mga paratang sa akin. Kalokohan ang lahat na ito. Mismo ang Senate Legislative Budget Research and Monitoring Office o yung LBRMO ang nagsabi sa ombudsman na wala silang anuman dokumento o record na nagpapakita na ako ay nagpasok ng anuman insertion sa 2025 national budget. Ang mahalagang impormasyon ito ay kinilala pa mismo ni dating Senate Blue Ribbon Chairman Senator Panfilo Lacson bilang isang makabuluhang ebidensya na sumasalungat sa mga aligasyong binabato laban sa akin. So how can the Office of the Ombudsman file a plunder case against me when I am not even alleged to be part of or the mastermind of the supposed scheme? Wala po akong kinalaman dyan. Ngayon ko lang po isa sa publiko ito. Maraming beses po ako inalok na talikuran ang independent majority bloc kapalit ang pagbabasura sa aking kaso. Ngunit, hindi ko po ito tinanggap. Mas nanaig ang paninindigan ko na ako'y manatili sa hanay ng mga kasamahan ko sa independent majority bloc. I stand my ground. Ngayon kung tatanungin niyo kung sino sila, abangan ninyo ang susunod na kabanata. I stand my ground because what is at stake here goes far beyond my personal circumstances. What is at stake here is the independence of the Senate. This institution must never become vulnerable to external pressure. It must remain free from political coercion, free from undue influence, and free from any scheme designed to weaken its constitutional role as a co-equal and independent branch of government. If this is the price I must pay for the decisions I have made and the principles I have chosen to uphold, then I am prepared to face the consequences, however difficult they may be, especially for my family. I will not be broken by accusations, nor will I yield to political pressure. I will meet these charges head on, defend my honor through due process, and place my faith in the truth. I will be proceeding now to the CIDG to voluntarily surrender myself. Maraming salamat.